I always thought women liked me.
And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the...
And make this statement to the great women.
Questionable comments about a young girl.
You going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years.
I am your protector.
Carol opening her testimony today saying, quote, "I'm here because Donald Trump raped me."
I want to be your protector.
5 former Miss Teen USA contestants told BuzzFeed that Trump did, in fact, walk in on them while they were changing.
And so I sort of get away with things like that.
You will no longer be abandoned, lonely, or scared.
Donald held back Ivana's arms and began to pull out fistfuls of hair from her scalp.
You're not going to be in danger any longer.
I turned around and I see Donald standing there. I'm thinking, this son of a bitch just grabbed me.
Women will be happy, healthy, confident, and free.
Trump called Epstein a terrific guy, adding, "It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side."
You will no longer be thinking about abortion.
They're going to just let me bleed out here.
Do you believe in punishment for abortion? Yes or no, as a principle?
The answer is that there has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah.
You will be protected, and I will be your protector. Women.
I was able to terminate Roe v. Wade. I got rid of Roe v. Wade. Killing Roe v. Wade.
The Seneca Project is making sure people see how ridiculous it was for Trump to declare himself the protector of women. But he's still running with it.
I say to people, and I'm not ashamed of that. I saw a couple of wise guys on the left saying, "Oh, who is he?" I want to protect women. I'm going to protect women, and I'm going to protect men, and I'm going to protect children. And that's my obligation to do it with the military and with law enforcement.
Notice that he thinks protection that's needed is only about crime and brutal force behind it, mostly because he already showed the country that he's never been concerned about working to avoid anything else.
I think it's under control. I'll tell you what.
How? 1,000 Americans are dying a day.
They are dying. That's true. And it is what it is. But that doesn't mean we aren't doing everything we can. It's under control as much as you can control it. This is a horrible plague that beset us.
The president sorting through pages of charts when pressed on the country's coronavirus death count.
Right here, the United States is lowest in numerous categories. We're lower than the world.
Lower than the world?
Lower than
what is that?
Europe.
In what?
Look.
In what?
Take a look. Right here. Here's case death.
Oh, you're doing death as a proportion of cases. I'm talking about death as a proportion of population. That's where the US is really bad.
Well,
much worse than South Korea, Germany, etc.
You can't do that.
We actually forget how horribly we handled the pandemic with Trump in the White House. But I guess he must have known we would, considering this commitment to "I'm your protector."
I say to the women, and I think I do very well with the women, actually. I think it's a lot of fake polling. I think I do very well because I say, I will keep you safe.
Let me ask you this, sir. There has been a huge appeal and momentum for women voters. She's trying to pull the youth vote, the Hispanic vote, the black vote back in her direction. Polls show that she's having some success in that at this point. So what are you going to do? What's your strategy to rebuild the momentum that you had with those voters?
No, she's not having success. I'm having success. I'm doing great with the Hispanic voters. I'm doing great with black men. I'm doing great with women because women want safety. They want safety. And they don't have safety when they have somebody allowing 20 million people into our country, many of them very dangerous people. No, it's only in your eyes that they have that, Martha.
No, Martha, that's just you. You know, it's weird that he can't come to the conclusion that he should try to represent the positions that most women have rather than lashing out when someone reminds him that he's losing their support. But it's just in his autocratic nature to respond that way.
I'm not going to allow prisoners to come out from Venezuela and many other countries all over the world, the Congo, the Middle East. They come out from the Congo in tremendous numbers. They're coming out of the Middle East, Yemen, and lots of countries that aren't particularly friendly to us. I'm going to keep you safe. I'm not going to let people hurt you. I'm going to have a very strong
They were bugged by that, the protector line. Like some of the... people went crazy about that. He said he's going to be my protector. That's looking down on us. So that's patronizing.
I'm looking up at them. I am going to protect. I'm going to protect men too. It's my job to protect as president. They don't protect right now. When they let 13,099 criminals, murderers, These are people in prison, some getting ready for the death penalty, and they allowed them to come into our country. When I get them out and when I say it's not happening and when I close the border so that bad people, we want people in our country, but they have to be people that are capable of loving our country and that are good people. They have to go past tests.
Laura Ingraham had to run some cover for Trump's protector speech since it wasn't very well received in that interview. But there's no way everyone surrounding him can't see how backwards it is for the guy that proposed punishments for women that get abortions to now suddenly call himself the protector of women. They've always known how insane it is to think that he actually cares about women's issues.
It's occurred to me on countless occasions today that if anyone spoke to my wife or my daughter or my mother or any of my 5 sisters the way Mr. Trump has spoken to women, I wouldn't hire that person. I wouldn't hire that person, wouldn't want to be associated with that person. And I certainly don't think I'd feel comfortable hiring that person to be the leader of the free world.
That was in 2016 when Republican Senator Mike Lee decided to stand up for all the women in his family. It didn't hurt that he figured Trump wouldn't win. But I wonder what those women he once spoke out for think about what politics did to his principles.
American people have a choice to make. In this circumstance, they have a rare, historically unusual chance to choose between 2 presidents. They have a chance to choose between order and lawlessness. They have an opportunity to choose between putting America first and America last. I choose first and always to put America first. Look, whether you like Donald Trump or not, whether you agree with everything he says or not, he is our one opportunity to choose order over chaos and putting America first over America last. It's time to get behind him. And look, in presidential campaigns, there are always a lot of promises made. My favorite kinds of political promises are promises kept. Donald Trump has kept promises that he's made as he's campaigned in the past. We know what kind of president he will be. And so whether you agree with him on every point or not, if you are not content with the status quo of lawlessness, of putting America last, it's time to get behind Donald Trump. And I wholeheartedly endorse Donald J. Trump in his bid for the presidency in 2024.
Those are the kind of over-the-top reversals that appeal to Trump. And these surrogates seem to try to outdo each other with how much reverence that they can show for some approval. And I always wonder, though, when they deliver their announcement to support whatever he wants, do they forget that they put their face in front of the camera before and called this guy Hitler, incompetent and misogynistic? They should figure that even if they don't, there are more and more voters that are recognizing this is all politics.
White college grads have been this group that have been moving further and further to the left. All right, this is the Democratic margin among white college grads. Look, Hillary Clinton won him by 5 points. Then Joe Biden won him by 9. Look at this margin that Kamala Harris is pulling up in the polls right now among white college grads. It's an 18-point margin, double the margin that Joe Biden had just 4 years ago. I went back through the record books. This would be the largest win for a Democratic presidential candidate among white college grads in recorded history. That is all the way back since the early 1950s. How about all voters with a college degree? It's basically the same story. It's historically high support for a Democratic candidate. You see right now Kamala Harris leads in the polls by 21 points. That's 3 points higher than Joe Biden did 4 years ago. At 6 points higher than Hillary Clinton did 8 years ago. The bottom line is this, Mr. Berman. The electorate is becoming more polarized along education, and Democrats, at least among those with a college degree, are the beneficiaries of it.